Yeah. Here we go.
Yes, we're going. This is true.
Here we go.
MMA.
Uh,
MMA. What does that stand for? Mixed martial arts.
yes. Yes, we are. Well done. Well done, Casey. Well done explaining that to all the viewers, all the listeners. They needed that information. Hi, guys. It's me. It's Alex K. Lee. I know normally when Mr. Michael Heck is handling the intros and the hosting duties, but I will be hosting today. And it's just going to be a two-man show with myself and, of course, everyone's favorite producer, MMA personality, MC, soon-to-be fighter, EKC Live.
That's me.
Look at him. Look at him wearing his Power Trip hoodie.
Yeah, that's you're saying what you're seeing. I like it.
This is why we're here to answer the hard questions. What is on the screen? What am I looking at? What is Casey wearing? Okay, guys, no, but seriously, we're about half an hour away from UFC Vegas 43, headlined by Vieira and Amisha Tate. But those prelims will be coming up. We should let people know who may have not seen. We did have a late bout cancellation. One of the most fights a lot of people are looking forward to.
Yeah.
Terrence McKinney and Faris Ziam, a welterweight bout on the prelims, has been canceled or hopefully postponed. Hopefully postponed. We do see it sometime soon. One of Terrence McKinney's cornermen, unfortunately, did test positive for COVID-19, and they can't risk him competing. So we're down to 6 fights on the preliminary card, which begins at 3 p.m. ET and noon Pacific time for you guys who are like Casey.
Did the start time not change or anything? Everything's the same?
Because they already had 7 prelims, so it was already going to be like stuffing 7
Tight anyway.
fights.
Okay.
Yeah, so now they just now we get more padding. We get an extra commercial here and there.
Let's go back to the desk. Yeah.
Back to the desk. Okay, so it'll be 6 fights.
Where's that gambling guy? I haven't seen him in a while. What is it? You know, the guy with the
Jimmy the Greek. No, what's his name?
He has this smile. I don't know. He has a very.
You guys know in the comments his name.
Yeah. Has he been on the broadcast in a few weeks? I haven't seen him.
I don't know. Obviously, he's a Contender Series regular, but that was over a couple of weeks ago. So
okay, I was just getting used to him. All right.
Yes. Today's card, by the way, for you Americans, all on ESPN Plus prelims, main card, and Canada, we got it on Fight Pass prelims, and then some of the prelims are on TSN, main cards on TSN. So, for guys in America, if you're looking for it, all on ESPN Plus. So prelims, main card, pretty much going to be the same thing. Casey, what do you got for the questions?
To the questions. All right, here we go. Comment from David Sandine.
Saying what you're seeing. Best MMA journalism you'll ever hear. Thank you, David Sandine. Oh, I see. Well, sorry, it's Gianni. The guy's name is Gianni. The gambling film. Thank you guys in the comments. I saw a few people do that. That's really what journalism is. Everyone asks, like, what does it mean to be a journalist? You just like see something, and then you see it. See something, say something. I think is the motto of the journalist creed. I think.
Yeah,
I think
pretty
so.
Much.
Okay.
It sounds similar to like a stranger danger, like something.
Yeah, that's another journalist. That's another journalist saying. Yeah, we invented that. Yeah. Matt Maggio, what's up? Duval. Mike Heck DJing the wedding going into tonight. Does that explain his absence? Mike Heck has just been working his arse off, and he's due an evening off. Mike Heck is fine, guys. He's just due an evening off, and unfortunately, he is missing, I think, one of the most highly anticipated cards of the calendar year. I think it's fair to say, and that's a sacrifice to make for his family and for his friends. So he will be missing this blockbuster card tonight.
Okay. Your use of the words blockbuster and highly anticipated.
Listen,
it's a quality fight night card, and if you don't have an important family gathering to go to, I highly recommend sitting around watching this fight. But I don't want to oversell it, but it's a good card.
This is the last UFC card that we have for a couple of weeks. I know a lot of people that's a sigh of relief. I believe so. I don't think we have one until December, the first week of December. So yes, we are sans UFC, or maybe that's only 1 week then.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, because Auto Font are the week after
December 4th. Okay, so we are just one. Okay, my mistake. We are just 1 week. without UFC action for you fiends out there. So, so yes, it's a much needed break for everyone, I think. But just a heads up for you guys who are just addicted on that regular hit of UFC action we've been getting for 10 consecutive weekends. Casey, what do we got?
All right, this is the most important one.
Please. I'm just here, Stephen K. I'm just here for the AK's gymnastics rating, guys. I'm going to eschew the gymnastics rating this time again because it's such a. I was being sarcastic before. It's a pretty low wattage card, a little bit under the radar, so it's not really fair to say. I think it can only overachieve. Let me put it that way. This is one of those cards where if the fights aren't great, you just won't remember it, and if the fights are great, it'll be one of those. See, every time they're not talking about an MMA card, it always delivers. So either way, I think this is like a can't lose for the UFC, and just another one to tack on to their always busy ESPN schedule.
So no score.
I'm not going to give a score. Again, it would be somewhere in like the six, below 7. My expectations. But again, this card can only overachieve. If you have taken time to watch it, I mean, it's no harm in it.
Hold on. I gotta get it. I forgot to put the countdown.
Hit him with the countdown. Hit him with the countdown.
Yeah, hold on.
I'll grab a question and you can talk on the screen in a second. Let me see. Let's go with Rolo Tomasi, who's asking, is it wrong? I'm more excited for Yanez versus Davey than the main event. I don't think that's wrong at all. Casey, what do you think? That's the main card opener, Adrian Yanez, Davey Grant. Do you think that's reasonable for people to be a little more hyped up for that bantamweight matchup than the bantamweight matchup that's headlining the card?
I have no issue with that. Davey Grant has, I want to say, just improved. I mean, I think, he had did he win Ultimate Fighter or was he just a contestant?
He was a finalist, I believe.
Okay, he's a finalist.
He lost to Chris Holdsworth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Chris Holdsworth. And, Davey Grant, he's just a much more exciting brawler now. He's just a much more exciting high entertainment fighter. And freaking Adrian Yanez. Dude, Adrian Yanez, what, is three first fights in the UFC? All performance of the night? All
knockouts.
That's wild. I think I'm pretty confident the only person to really do that is maybe Justin Gaethje and Ronda Rousey with their first 3 performances to win performance bonuses. And there's a good chance he could win one tonight, either be fight of the night or performance of the night. So it's just as far as just like in cage excitement and high level violence in the best division of all mixed martial arts, no issue with this being your people's main event.
Yeah, this is perfect matchmaking for Yanez. Again, like you said, 3-0, a guy who is just coming up in the 135-pound division. People might not know a lot about him, but again, you've probably seen his highlights. If you go back, doesn't take long to watch his fights. I think there was a 3rd round knockout in there, but he finishes all his opponents. The dude is a beast, and Davey Grant is like the perfect test for him right now. Brandon Sanchez saying the people's main event. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Rolo Tomasi. Thanks for asking that question. I don't think it's wrong at all to be more excited. And this is not disrespect at all to Ketlen Vieira and Miesha Tate.
Well, they're the main event. You can't be the people's main event and the main event. Come on.
This is true. Yeah. And also, and just stylistically, I don't think people are expecting Ketlen and Miesha Tate to have like a 5-round war. No, this is again no disrespect to them. It's just from their history. It'll be a good fight. I think it'll be a good fight. But
the main event, why it's so important, is not for the entertainment factor. It's for the title significance. Title significance of the main fight, the main card. Main event fight. I mean, I don't see that question, but what do you think if Tate? Well, actually, someone.
But a few people are asking some variation of that question. If you want to throw this out, there we go. Thank you, Jonathan Stewart. If Ketlen wins tomorrow night, is she also 2 fights? Yes. So this was asked yesterday, I guess. Is she also 2 fights from a title fight? Casey, how do you? Thank you, Jonathan, for the question. How many fights do you think she is away if she wins tonight? Let's say she wins impressive fashion, finishes Ketlen Vieira.
If Vieira wins dominantly tonight, is she 2 fights away, 1 fight away, whatever?
Oh, sorry, this is for Ketlen. I'm sorry. Yeah, Ketlen wins. Okay, yes.
If Ketlen wins, I think we're under the assumption if Tate wins, they could justifiably give her a title shot, especially if Nunes beats Pena. If Pena beats Nunes, then maybe you might have a rematch situation going on. Pena Nunes too, but I think 99% of us are expecting Nunes to win, and Nunes versus Tate too. If Tate looks not even good tonight, I think if she just gets the W, no matter what, outside of maybe a DQ, loss, something like that. I think Miesha Tate. That's why this card is so important to that division. I really think that if Miesha Tate wins, it is a title shot. And unless Miesha Tate just doesn't want it, she doesn't feel she's ready to fight Amanda Nunes, but all indications point that she wants that fight. So so Tate, any W, she gets title shot. For Vieira, I just don't see it. I know it's not it's apples and oranges a bit, but I kind of see Vieira as a bit of a Leon Edwards of the bantamweight division, in the sense that she might get lots of wins, but I just don't think there's just not that much fan interest in her, unfortunately. Even me as a journalist, I obviously know she's very good, but as a fan, it sounds maybe mean, but like I'm just maybe it's a language barrier, maybe we just don't know her personality, but I've just never been like inspired and like, oh my god, I have to watch a Ketlen Vieira fight, even though I know she's very good. And this is prize fighting. UFC is a business before anything, and I just don't. I think Ketlen would need like maybe 2-3 spectacular wins to get a title shot. Maybe I'm being a little pessimistic, but that's just I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, well, look, she hasn't been promoted well. I mean, that's fair to say. We can say that's about a number of UFC fighters, especially the women's bantamweight division is, again, it's one of the more stagnant, least dynamic divisions. If anyone reads our MMAfighting.com global rankings, go to the women's, look at the last two editions, go to the women's bantamweight section. I think I wrote both those. I share it with Shan Al-Shadi. I think I wrote both the women's bantamweight sections, and both times it was like, well, nothing going on in the women's bantamweight division this month. So, and I think next month, barring something crazy happening tonight, I think it'll be pretty much the same thing. So, it's a problem with the division. It's a problem with the promoting of Vieira. She has shot herself in the foot a little bit. I think when she started her UFC career 4-0, there was a lot of people thinking she was inevitably going to run into Nunes. She gets absolutely smoked by Irene Aldana. Bounces back with the win over Sijara Eubanks, and then her last fight, I think, hurt her even more than the Aldana loss. This decision loss to Yana Kunitskaya, where she misses weight beforehand.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, she did well in the fight. You could certainly argue she won it. It was all ground control. It's just that there was a bit of a difference in damage done. So maybe it shouldn't have hurt her that much, but it certainly wasn't her best performance. Even if you think she won a decision, she was really beat, like badly bloodied and bruised by the end of it. So it just didn't look, the optics weren't good. So it is hard to sell her, which is funny for Jonathan's question here. She probably is further away than Miesha Tate. Miesha Tate has fought once since 2016. Ketlen Vieira is 4-2 since 2016, and yet Miesha Tate is closer. But she's a bigger name. That's how it works. Former champion.
Bigger name, former champ. Yeah, bigger name, former champion.
There you go.
I mean, obviously, if Tate wins too, you still have the Holly Holm fight out there. You still have the GDR fight out there, which I don't think is going to happen. I don't see any chance for Tate GDR, but who knows?
But I think Jonathan's about right. About 2 fights. It would be 2 fights and 2 impressive performances. Like, so she'd have to win this fight and then 2 more fights. So a 3-fight win streak to possibly fight Amanda Nunes or whoever holds the bantamweight title like a year from now.
Okay, let's talk about the awesome co-main event.
Let's do it. Seahawks fan 91 wants to know, are you guys surprised that Brady is a pretty sizable favorite over Chiesa? Chiesa has fought way better competition, and this is by far Brady's toughest opponent. I am not surprised. I'm all in on the Brady train. I have been for a while. I was one of the people, many of the people in the media who interviewed him before he came to the UFC. This guy was creating a lot of buzz. So the train was pretty full already by the time he made his Octagon debut. Unbeaten so far, so well-rounded. He really reminds you a bit of some of the influences that he has. He says he's influenced by like GSP, Eddie Alvarez, of course, who he's trained with a lot. And you watch him fight, you see hints of those things. And he's only like 28 or 29. So now he's starting to enter his physical prime. Also add in, Chiesa is a great grappler, but also susceptible to being submitted. Brady has really, really high level jiu-jitsu, as does Chiesa, yes. But I think Brady, in a straight jiu-jitsu comparison, I would give the edge to Brady. So I understand why he's a sizable favorite. Chiesa certainly poised to play the spoiler, as Seahawks fan 91 said, better than anybody that Brady has fought yet. But this is the test, so we'll see. I'm all in on Brady. Chiesa win would not surprise me in the slightest.
Do you like this matchup? Just the vet versus prospect. Vet coming off a loss, undefeated prospect. Yeah, I love fights like this. I hate prospect versus prospect fights for the most part, unless it's got really high stakes. So this fight the perfect co-main event for a fight night card, honestly. And am I surprised Brady's the favorite? Well, this is a what have you done for me lately? And did Chiesa Chiesa's coming off the Luque loss, correct?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
And then before that he was coming off a very great win off of Neil Magny. The Luque loss, was it pretty one-sided or was it competitive? I'm trying to remember.
I think it was, wasn't it? I mean, it was a first round finish, right?
It was
a first round.
Oh,
yeah, submission.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. It
Yeah.
wasn't. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, I got you now. I remember now. It's like so many fights. Yeah. Yeah. But when I do remember, like, oh yeah, that was pretty one-way traffic.
So according to Topology, minus 175 favorite Sean Brady, and the people say a lot closer, 61% Brady. So the people on Topology, quite a few are going the other way with it, are going with Chiesa. So maybe the odds don't quite reflect what the people are thinking.
All right,
Casey, someone wants to know. Greg Sanchez is asking, what are those belts on your wall over your right shoulder?
Oh, hold on. Let me You really want to know?
Oh, here we go. Oh, we're getting the full body shot too, people.
Yeah,
here's a treat for you.
Yeah.
Full body shot. That's really what.
I literally just came back from training, so I'm still wearing my.
And you're still like swole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, Louise. What is this?
So this is my when me and my wife got married, we instead of rings, we had we had championship belts. So yeah,
they say World Tag Team Champs. Is that World Tag Team Champs?
World Tag Team Champions, yeah.
And the date of the
and two pandas on the sill, yeah. And there's our dogs, and there's me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And,
is Esther on the other side? Let's see Esther. Oh.
Is Esther?
What are your dogs? Fezzik and
Rubella.
Rubella. How do I forget Rubella?
Yeah,
very cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, those are our championship belts that we
should talk more. We should talk more. And that's a YouTube subscriber thing under that, right? Plaque, right?
Oh yeah. That's we got that from YouTube, and that's for when we hit 1 million subscribers.
Very good.
They sent me that.
Thank you guys. Thanks for that question. We know a little more about Casey Leydon now. What else we got, Casey?
All right. Wait, where is it? I saw the question. Where did I put it? Oh, oops, sorry. Wrong screen. Let's put it in this.
Scott McCrate wants to know, bonus pick, Crawford Porter winner. Will it go the distance? I have not been keeping up with this boxing scene at all. I assume this is Terrence Crawford, and who's he fighting, Casey?
Sean Porter.
Porter, yeah. You
go. It's
Casey,
a great.
It's all you, buddy.
Oh no, it's a freaking awesome fight. Unfortunately, it's a pay-per-view, so I just don't want to spend. I'm not gonna get reimbursed to spend $60 on it. So unless it falls in my lap somehow. But no, it's a great fight. I love watching Terrence Crawford fight. I think he's just freaking amazing. We'll go the distance most likely, but Crawford should win pretty handily. But it's a great fight. I'm excited about it.
Crawford should win pretty handily. Will it go the distance?
Most likely.
Okay. That's at 9 p.m. tonight, guys. It looks like, but it's boxing, so I assume Crawford and Porter won't be coming out till like 11:30, midnight. 11:30.
It's in Vegas. I'm not. Yeah.
It is on. Yes, ESPN Plus pay-per-view, guys. I don't know if we'll be doing much coverage for that on MMAfighting.com. Sometimes we cover big fights, but badlefthook.com, always a good resource for your boxing coverage.
Unless Porter goes for a takedown or something, they were like, mixed martial arts.
Porter slam throws up triangle choke. Yeah, you'll definitely see that on MMAfighting.com. That's for sure. What else we got, guys?
Oh, okay. How about this one?
KRLB wants to know, how is Santos overlooked grotesque favorite, right? Okay, so I assume the question is, this is a two-part statement. How is Santos being overlooked and she should be a grotesque favorite, right? I believe that's the question.
We should talk about this. Let's just talk about the JoJo Santos fight. Yeah.
Well, so she is a huge favorite. I'm seeing minus 375. She is a short notice replacement, and 79% on Tapology picking Santos to win. So, Casey, go ahead. Yeah, give us your take.
This is a tough fight for JoJo. JoJo, I mean, she's coming off her wedding. Like literally had her wedding 2 weeks ago. I can't I can't. No matter what anyone says, I just can't think that planning a wedding, being in a wedding, and then 2 weeks later, fighting Tyler Santos is you're going to come in at the best preparation. But this is a super tough fight, and I totally get why Santos is a heavy favorite here. She's one of the new dogs coming in the flyweight division. So Santos has looked great, and it's gonna be a tough fight. And if JoJo wins, it will be her experience somehow. I wish she have 20. Oh, you know what? Why am I saying experience? She's got 21 fights over 19 fights, so it's not like but high level. JoJo's obviously got more high level experience.
Yes,
and in the definitely. UFC, it's a very tough fight for JoJo. And JoJo had a tough fight before. It was going to be Alexa Grasso, but Alexa Grasso had to pull out, and I think this is a much tougher fight for JoJo. So
okay, KRLB is clarifying his question, saying how is she overlooked? Okay, I still don't understand the question. KRLB, thank you for the question, but just regarding, like you said, let's just talk about the matchup. How bad, Casey? How bad is Joanne Calderwood? Let's say, I'm sorry, apologies, Joanne Wood, JoJo Wood. How bad is JoJo Wood's luck? We remember she was supposed to fight Valentina. She had a pay-per-view fight booked with Valentina. Valentina has to pull out.
A title fight. She had a title fight.
She was going to a fight we all thought she deserved, and she was going to get that fight. Valentina has to pull out with an injury because fighter pay is what it is. JoJo Wood cannot just sit in the sidelines. She has to take a fight with Jennifer Maia. Terrible stylistic matchup. Loses by first round armbar. Maia ends up going to fight Shevchenko instead. She bounces back, JoJo with a win over Jessica Ai, then loses a contentious split decision to Lauren Murphy. Very close fight. Go to MMADecisions.com, guys. You can see it was pretty split. I actually think more of the media scored her for JoJo than for Lauren Murphy. And again, Lauren Murphy's a great fighter. I'm glad she got a title shot. But close split decision loss. Lauren Murphy ends up getting a title shot instead of JoJo. So that's like 3 missed opportunities. And then she's supposed to fight Alexa Grasso at this card, a much more favorable matchup. I think Grasso is still finding her legs at 125 pounds. I think JoJo would have been the favorite. Instead, she gets the white-hot Tyler Santos, 18-1, looks like a future title contender, and is almost a 4-1 favorite in her fight with JoJo. So, she just cannot catch a break. She just cannot catch it.
I don't remember how the division was laid out, but I don't understand why she didn't get a title shot after she beat Jessica Ai.
I think she was behind both. I want to say that was before Jessica Andrade and before Lauren Murphy. I think so. She had to. So her and Murphy both had to fight again before getting. I think Andrade jumped both of them. So then they had to fight each other.
Yeah,
I know it's silly. It's
weird.
It's silly. I'm picking her. I am picking JoJo Wood for the upset. I do. I will say. I think Tyler Santos, she's been showing her wrestling a lot. She is a stand-up fighter. Her last 2 wins, she's been showing a lot of wrestling. I think JoJo actually has good takedown defense. And if it's on the feet, I think JoJo is still one of the best strikers at 125. I don't think Tyler Santos is better than her. So I'm going JoJo by decision. Don't bet on MMA, people. Especially don't use my advice. But I'm just saying, if you're just picking for fun, like I do, I'm going JoJo.
I definitely for the feel-good story, and I think from the media perspective, just because it's a story. We know JoJo's career, and we just don't know too much about Santos, honestly. And I think we kind of want JoJo win, but hey, she has to beat Santos tonight. Now, if she does beat Santos, what does that mean for JoJo? Does that mean will she ever get a title shot?
I would hope that puts her back in the conversation. Because again, Tyler Santos, a 3-1 in the UFC, 3 straight wins.
She was going to get a title shot after beating Andrea Lee in a split decision on a 1-fight win streak. So I don't need to hear this whole she's not on a win streak. Win streaks are overrated. It's who you fight.
The good news for JoJo is that Valentina is a champion who she just wants to stay busy. She doesn't care who she fights, and she'll if that's the next person up, that's the next person up. So it's certainly possible.
All right.
Andrea Valet says, "I'm sick of JoJo. To be honest, are you sick of JoJo Calderwood? Because she's JoJo Wood now. It's a whole new story."
Yeah.
I also saw
Andre,
someone.
That's a hater. Who's sick of JoJo?
Hey, whoa, hold on. I also Apple Thunder Spice in the comments also said I had a horrible take. Grasso would murder JoJo. So hopefully we still get to see that fight someday, and then we'll see.
I just want to see Grasso back in the cage.
Yeah, I like Alexa Grasso.
Who doesn't?
I really want to see that fight.
This is my people's main event.
Okay. Pedro Fukuda wants to know Loma Lukbunmi versus Lupi Godinez. Who are you picking, guys? I'm going Lupi. I'm going Lupi.
Going
Casey, what do
Lupi.
you think? Yeah.
I'm going Loma. They're two relatively undersized strawweights. So basically, this is basically we're getting two atom weights who don't cut a lot of weight fighting tonight. And she's new to the UFC, but clearly very exciting. And Loma's kind of awesome. I mean, is Loma the only Thai fighter in the UFC? Or
she
trained
is
in Thailand, born in Thailand.
I think she is the only Thai native, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's insane. That's just what has dominant as Muay Thai is as a striking base for mixed martial arts. There's only one Thai fighter in all of the 9,000 fighters. I mean, I feel like there's got to be one I'm missing, but.
Look, most of them are smart and are probably making good money just doing Thai fighting back in their homeland. Why would they come to the U.S. to make 12-12 in the UFC, right, or whatever organization that it fight for? So, but I do think Lupi's a strong upset. I think she's a great wrestler. I don't know about Loma Lukbunmi's takedown defense yet, so I think this could be a wake up call for her. If it is on the feet, obviously Loma's just gonna kill Lupi. But Lupi Godinez also insane. Her third fight in 43 days, which I'm being told is a UFC record. She just keeps taking short notice fights at either 115 or 125. I don't know why fighters do this. Sam Hughes is also doing the same thing. The very first fight in the card. This is her third fight on short notice. She's 0-2 in the UFC, and she's taking a third fight, and all three of her fights have been on short notice, and it's against a tough opponent. I don't know what's going on. God bless all these women for being way tougher than I'll ever be, but it just feels like some odd career management. Tristan Gordet says, with Godinez taking another short notice fight, is it ideal for fighters to take quick turnaround matches just to gain more octagon time? Or is it better to just slow pace it, minimizing possible losses? Thank you, Tristan. Yeah, we're kind of touching upon that. It depends who you are, obviously, but I feel like if you're losing fights and clearly your performances are affected by the short notice, and hopefully you can afford to, you should wait for a full notice fight. But I don't know what's going on in these people's careers, their lives. Maybe they need to fight. Maybe they want to get past this first contract, get to the next contract as soon as possible, get off the 12-12, and then get to the whatever the next contract may be, 30-30 if they can earn that. I think a lot of them are just trying to get on the clock and get through those first four fights as quickly as possible. But if you don't win, you're just not getting another contract. So I'm not a manager.
Yeah, a lot of times, every fighter wants to. Once you get to the UFC level for a fighter, essentially for most of them, they quit their day job. This is all their focus on for their adult life at that point. All right, all my eggs are on this mixed martial arts basket now, because basically, as you grow up the regional rankings, they still have a day job. There's they don't know if this is going to be a full-time gig. It's okay, now I'm in the UFC. So they're just going for it. And like you said, a lot of it's contract-based. A lot of it's just opportunity-based. A lot of it's weight-based. There's just so many things that go into it. Just taking fights, lots of fights under quick turnarounds. A lot of fighters just are unable to do it. Usually the fighters that can do it are, fighters like Lupi, fighters like Donald Cerrone back in the day, at 170, because he just didn't have to cut a lot of weight. So a lot of it is weight cut related. Is it good? It just depends how you win or lose. I mean, Donald Cerrone got a couple of bad beatings, and it maybe didn't really seem the same after those quick turnarounds. If you can win and lose fights, and you have a style that maybe doesn't take a lot of damage, maybe. But that if you have a style of fighting that doesn't take a lot of damage, that usually kind of says that you're not an entertaining fighter. So, and UFC probably won't bring you back a lot unless you're entertaining. So I don't know. I don't think there's a proper answer for that.
I will say, if Mike Heck were here, he would be calling me out for not picking Sam Hughes. We had to talk about it. Sam Hughes, we think, is a good fighter. It's the taking on short notice stuff that keeps worrying me, and she's facing good opponents. But Mike Heck says he's going all in. He says Sam Hughes will get her first UFC win tonight. And so her taking this short notice opportunity might end up being good for her, but we'll see. Stick with us, guys, by the way. I know the countdown's coming down. The show has not started yet. I will let you know when the people have entered. The stream has not started yet. I'll keep you guys updated. Mo110 wants to know, why isn't Sean Brady versus Mike Chiesa in the main event, both ranked and way more interesting? Well, Mo110, they might be both ranked in the UFC rankings. They're not both ranked in the only rankings that matter, the MMA Fighting Global Rankings. We have Mr. Chiesa tied for the 8th spot at welterweight. Sean Brady not ranked yet. After tonight with a victory, obviously we'll jump into the top 10 right away, most likely. Yeah, go ahead, Casey, please.
No, this is a co-main event fight. Sean Brady's a prospect. He's not ranked. Michael Chiesa is coming off a loss. Miesha Tate's coming off a big win. Miesha's a former champion. Both of these fighters are ranked the main event of both top 10. And there's serious title implications in the main event. No matter what happens, Michael Chiesa, Sean Brady. If Sean Brady, guillotines Chiesa in 3 seconds, he's still not gonna face Usman his next fight. So that's why. I mean, and if you think it's way more interesting, cool. I'm not. I can't.
I don't disagree.
I can't tell you it's not less interesting. I don't know. Whatever you think.
Yeah, no, but Miesha is definitely more well known. The name
and there's title implications. There's like the winner of the main event can get a title shot. The winner of the co-main event, it's not getting a title shot. So that's why.
So yeah, it's pretty simple. I understand where the question's coming from, but this is structured correctly. I mean, again, remember, they don't structure cards wheel for the hardcores. They structure the cards for more casual viewers. Yeah. More casual viewers definitely know who Miesha Tate is. As Casey said, they can sell this title angle. So that's really what matters.
And honestly, that's proper matchmaking. Matchmaking is to set up viable contenders for your championship fights. That's all matchmaking is. It's just so the championship fights make sense.
I'll just answer this one quickly. David Sandine says, "Where's Miesha in the MMA Fighting Global Rankings?" Miesha is 10th, and Ketlin Vieira is 8th. So, 2 top 10 bantamweights, but no top 5 ranked MMA fighters here.
That's actually interesting. So if Tate wins, so say we move her to number 7 or whatever, she would be getting a title shot at number 7. But yeah, because of all the losses, people above her, it still makes sense. Let me see what else we got here.
What do we got?
What?
Oh, we're actually going to read this guy?
Yeah.
It's the Idaho Skatesman. So the Idaho Skatesman, I've been seeing his comments, and he says, "These pre-fight Q&As are a joke. They only answer their friends' questions." Well, no, I mean, just don't be rude. I think if you call the Q&A a joke, we're probably not going to answer your question.
Yeah, so, and there's no question in here, Mr. Skatesman.
No. He asked some questions earlier. We kind of covered. He was asking about Chiesa.
Let me look. Where is this?
It's just about Chiesa. Don't entertain this. Yeah, don't entertain. Hey, Idaho Skatesman, you've got your shout out. We've acknowledged you. Congratulations.
Here we go. Here we go, friend. Here, I'll answer your question. Wait. Here we go, friend. God. Here we go.
No, they don't throw up all his comments. Is this a crossroads fight for Chiesa? Yeah, it's tough to say. This is a guy who's been a top 10 contender at lightweight and welterweight. So certainly he does not want to be viewed as a gatekeeper. He doesn't want to be viewed as a stepping stone. He doesn't want to be viewed as someone that, again, they throw in there when a guy is coming up into the top 15 and it's like, oh, Chiesa is ranked. Here you go. This is your test to see if you deserve to be ranked. He still as any fighter should, still sees himself as a world title contender. I'm sure he would love to fight Kamaru Usman someday, right? These are all things that make sense. But I do agree, Idaho Skatesman, thank you for the question, that it is a bit of a crossroads fight. I do think he has to win. Otherwise, I don't know. He can't go back down to 155.
No.
But it will change how. Let me put it, I don't think it'll change his approach at all. It'll change how the matchmakers approach booking him in the future.
If Chiesa loses in a few hours, will we ever see him fight for a title? So since this is a major crossroads fight, I think if he does lose tonight, it will be a very hard road. He's still going to be a very popular fighter. We're still going to see him, on main cards for fight night cards and things like that. But I think if he does lose tonight, he unfortunately will be kind of moved to that gatekeeper position, like maybe in that kind of Neil Magny area, although he beat Neil Magny. But there's just that kind of, he's not going to be in that Luque, Covington, Masvidal kind of. Even though he may be better than those guys, I don't know. Maybe Chiesa versus Colby could be. I don't know who wins that fight style-wise, But I think just the way the matchmaking, I just don't. It's gonna suck for Chiesa if he loses. And that's why this is such a risky fight for Chiesa. Such a risky fight. But you know what? Maybe his coaches saw something in Sean Brady. They're like, you know what? Let's get him now. Fight him now before he gets really, really good.
Yeah, and like I said, I think Brady has better jiu-jitsu, but Chiesa's a great grappler. Like I said, he's just been susceptible to getting submitted in the past. That does worry me against a guy like Brady, who's a very aggressive wrestler and a good jiu-jitsu guy. So I don't know, but again, Chiesa so much more experience. He's a little bit bigger, a little bit rangier. It's not an easy matchup for Sean Brady at all. I'm just leaning towards Brady because I'm on that hype train. So
yeah,
guys are asking.
Were you picking Brady? Were you picking Brady over Kevin Lee if that fight was going to happen?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're in the Sean Brady hype train. All right, we're in.
Big time. People, fights have still not started yet. I'm not sure why, because again, they do have 6 fights to squeeze into 3 hours. Normally, I am just seeing a hype video for Ketlin Vieira, which is great. But stick with us for now, guys. Any other questions, Casey? Questions, comment? Oh, sorry.
Right there.
Let's match that bonus question. Have you guys watched Khamzat versus the Hermansson wrestling match? Thoughts? I only saw some of the clips and stuff.
I saw clips. I saw that Khamzat kind of won the wrestling match dominantly. I'm not even sure wrestling scored, to be honest, other than like you pin him, I guess.
A lot of people didn't know. This was weird. This was a weird freestyle wrestling that no one kind of knew what was going on. There was no English commentary.
When they started it, there were other people in the cage still, like kind of like crew and like officials were still in the
it was very casual.
But more actually, to me, like I actually was more important to this. I wish we got to see more things like this. Honestly, I don't know if the UFC had to give permission to Hermansson and Khamzat to do this, but you have to have permission to box, you have to have permission to do a kickboxing match. So I don't know how that works, but I really wish UFC allowed all of its fighters. I get it, I don't like it, but I get, they don't let them fight MMA in other organizations. You're strictly a UFC fighter MMA wise, but I wish we got to see Khamzat do other things or Hermansson do other things. We got to see Hermansson in a boxing match. Whatever. I don't care. I just want to see fighters have more fun and just not strictly mixed martial arts. Just do all the martial arts. And I don't know, see whatever. Just see Usman in a judo match. I don't know. These are just things I want to see.
Yeah, my understanding is you would have to ask permission to the UFC to do anything. This happened outside the country, so who knows? Maybe they did. Maybe Khamzat and Jack Hermansson pulled it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is permission. Yeah. And Dana White and the UFC will just see this and be like, well, you did it. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. It's we're not going to fine you. It's fine. You guys didn't get injured? Okay, great. It's fine. Please don't do that again. So, but I would imagine they did reach out and let the UFC know that was happening. People are saying a fight was people we know a fight was canceled. We said at the beginning of the show. Thanks for joining us, by the way. It doesn't need to be confirmed. Terrence McKinney tweeted out himself. This is not an exclusive breaking report. He tweeted out himself. Yes, we have lost the Terrence McKinney versus Ziem fight. They still have 6 fights, so I really do not know why the card, the prelims are not starting yet. Unless someone else can tell me now, there was another fight canceled, but there is supposed to be 6 fights over the next 3 hours. And normally that would mean starting right at 3 o'clock. It would start with the fighters in. The fighters are not in the cage yet, but I do believe they're coming out shortly. Casey, can we answer this one more question first from our pal, Terrence Leverett? Will there ever be a mostly women fight card? What will it take for Amanda to retire? Oh, sorry. Will it take for Amanda to retire for the 135-pound division to return to its glory? Very top-heavy, where anyone can win on any given day.
I've always wished that we had a triple. I know scheduling is different, but like a triple 35, 25, 15 title fight pay-per-view, like an all-ladies pay-per-view. I don't care about the undercard because I think the last time the UFC did a themed main card, it was a while back. I think it was the all heavyweight card.
Yeah, heavies. Yeah,
and that ruled. It freaking ruled.
It was so good.
It was so good. And remember, if Google the promo for it, it was one of the best UFC promos ever they made for that fight. I wish the UFC would have more fun with things like this, but probably not. Unfortunately, UFC, the F does not stand for fun. So yeah, we
know this. Shout outs to Sean Donahue, who says he's up at 7 a.m. Sunday morning here, just catching up to the end of the Q&A. 7. So Sean, where are you? 7 a.m. So that would be like 14 hours or something Are you in Australia or Japan? Or shout out to Sean Donahue. Let us know where you are. We have an official countdown, by the way, Casey. We are, I believe, 3 minutes away from the first fight. So they're really. I don't know why they're pushing it back. We got time, guys.
A lot of people talking about your headphones.
Okay. Thank you, Kazim Kakov. Cute headphones. Yes, these cost like $5. These are pretty standard. I don't even know what brand they are. Sony. I think they're Sony headphones. They cost $5. I got them at the local.
Wish.com?
The local Chinese supermarket.com.
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but they should do themed cards. We'd love to see just more themed cards in general.
Yeah, Yeah. Well, I mean, this card in a weird way is themed in the sense that welterweight is the heaviest weight class on this whole card. So it's kind of nice to have a card with even though I love the heavyweights and them just sweaty men just slapping each other. This is a smaller weight class card overall. So yeah. But yeah, more themes. What are some more things we could do?
And like division ones would feel like it'd be difficult because again, it's just there's a lot more divisions to deal with. But all women's cards seems easy to do. Invicta FC does it all the time. So,
yeah.
But this is the case of I bet the UFC could easily throw together like an 8-fight all women's card. But because they have it's 10 to 15 fights. Like they have to have 10 to 15 fights in the UFC card. Then it'd be a little bit harder to do. But I'd love it just smaller ideas like that. We always say UFC should be more flexible with stuff, but we're going to answer this every week. Man in Black, though. Casey, when's your first amateur fight?
Sometime late February. Right now, late February.
Okay.
They're getting down the
fingers crossed.
The amateur promotion hasn't locked down the date yet, but looking at late February.
A lot of people ducking you. I heard a lot. I don't want to name names. I heard a lot of people. They heard like Casey Leydon, and they were just like, no.
I woke up this morning. I weighed 170 pounds.
Damn,
so that's like light. I'm getting light. So I'm trying. I want to fight at 160, and very minimal weight cut for now because my coach is like, oh, you don't want to do a weight cut for your first fight. So I'm like, okay, I trust you.
What a star! What a star you are.
So we'll see. And amateur fights I think you weigh in the morning, so you don't have the full 24 hours anyway.
Right.
Yeah, so it's different.
By the way, Sean said he was coming from Australia. We have Ayan7791 saying, watching at 1:40 a.m. from India. Great show, guys. Thank you, Ayan. Sorry, we're wrapping now. I hope you caught most of the show. Of course, you can always catch the replay while watching the first bit of fights, I guess. But
look at our friend. He's our friend. Our friend. Idaho Skates, man. Yeah.
He's watched the show before. He knows. Thank you, Idaho Statesman. Thank you for the questions, by the way. But yeah, people feel free to spam the questions if we don't see them the first time. If we miss it, again, it's BT00041. Does anyone seriously think Misha wants to get killed by Nunes? She doesn't want to get killed by Nunes, but she wants another shot to fight her. She wants to fight her.
The idea that I don't understand. The idea that fighters, like, you think Amanda Nunes is scared of Amanda Nunes? No, she's not scared. She knows Amanda Nunes is a freaking badass fighter. She knows that. But this is what Misha Tate does. This is what she does for a living. She's like, okay, I'm going to work my ass off. I got my butt kicked the first time. I had a horrible weight cut. That was probably the worst version of me you've ever seen in the cage. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try my best to beat Amanda Nunes. But before she does that, she has to fight Caitlin Vieira tonight. The idea is like that she wants to get her butt killed. No. It's like, dude, I don't get it. No, this is what Misha does.
I have so much respect for Misha Tate. Look, this woman has made a lot of money, more money than most fighters in the fight game. Because she got herself a nice executive job with one. I don't know how much she made, but I bet probably a decent amount of cash. She made a lot of money when she was fighting. She's a big name. She did well with endorsements. She was very popular. The feud with Ronda Rousey made her very popular. Obviously not that same level as Rousey, but certainly one of the more popular UFC fighters.
But Ronda needed that. That was like, that was I don't know, like Anderson Vitor kind of. They need that rivalry. That's what Misha was at the time. Yeah.
She has a family. She's a mother. She has many parts of her life very fulfilled. So this is someone who really is just coming back for the love of the game. They want to be able to compete before they're physically unable. And yes, get one more shot of Amanda Nunes. Of course, she saw the first fight. We all saw the first fight. I think she knows it'd be a super tough fight. She might lose, but I think it's so admirable that I think she will never. She cannot retire without knowing that she took at least one more shot to try and get another fight with Nunes. Maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe she loses tonight, but she wants to know. And again, considering we all saw that first fight, that's crazy. That's brave. That's admirable. And I think that's a great way to sell this main event. frankly.
Dude, and I think Miesha Tate, if she fights at her potential tonight, I think she can fight at and looks good tonight. Of course, I'm not gonna pick over Amanda Nunes, but there are paths to victory for Miesha Tate over Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes has lost 3 times. She's been finished twice, and all of her 3 losses, beat her. It's like grinding wrestlers.
Sure.
Grinding wrestlers beat her. That's to beat her every time. You put her on her back and get her tired, you can beat her. And Miesha Tate does have that skill set. She has the skill set. Now you got to implement it. That's a whole other story. But the path to victory is there for Miesha Tate.
Speaking of gamers, Casey, Sam Hughes, she of the I only take short notice UFC fights, is in the cage right now. Luana Pinheiro will be coming out shortly. So guys, the card has started. Thank you for joining us. We will be a bit on the... Mike makes this look so easy. We will be on the post-fight show, one half of the World Marriage Tag Team Champs on screen. EK's Line, thank you for joining me. Hopefully we'll have Jose Youngs later as well, but I know it'll at least be me and Casey. We will have a post-fight show for you guys afterwards. So main card, 6 p.m. Hopefully we'll be with you guys around 9:30. Thank you so much for the questions. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the fights. Great, that's my catchphrase.
That's okay. Work on it.